So I just spent way too much time trying to fix that. So my last video, ignore like the last, I don't know, minute or so. I just pushed buttons wrong when I was pausing and going and stuff. So I actually had already done this part, but I went ahead and took it apart so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. So again, like we were talking in the last video, you have your two sides, right? Like so. And you remember how, I'm not going to undo this because I literally put basting spray on here. But remember how we had sewed that line down on this one, right? All the way down. What you're going to do is in the curve right here, you are going to make little snips and then just push them down so that the curve will curve like so. And then you're just going to take your, and I didn't undo my thing all the way, so it's kind of stuck on there. Zipper, and you're going to sandwich it in between these two. So when you saw me earlier, that's what I was doing. I was adding, we talked about, you didn't have to, but I felt like mine was a little short, and so I put a little zipper tab at the bottom. So that's a fix too. If you feel like you cut your zipper a little short, you can't even see it once I put it in here, but it's a solution. And normally I don't do that. I usually am one that cuts it a little long, but I think I was just reading the pattern and I just did it how it said. It's really weird when you have to like explain to other people what you do. You think, oh yeah, it's fine, it's easy, I do it all the time, and then when you actually have to like talk about it, you're like, what do I actually do? And you're not on autopilot. But now what you're gonna do, see now, they're sandwiched in between these two layers, right? Raven! Shh. Sandwiched in between these two. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to top stitch. Well, I personally do a 3 on this one versus my top stitch is like 3.5. You're just going to go all the way down and around this curve. You want to try to make sure, and this is when people talk about Wonder Tape. So you definitely could put Wonder Tape right here along this so it sticks, and then Wonder Tape on the back. We talked about how the fact I hate Wonder Tape. So that's why I just used a little bit of basting spray to make mine stay. It's why it's kind of sticking now. And it sticks pretty good. And then wherever you sew it down, you can honestly see where your zipper is going to be. So just be sure that you do that. And then you're just going to sew right along this curve, making sure you catch this back side too, okay? So just go ahead and do that and then come on back. All right. So now this should be your finished piece. So now you'll see how it's sandwiched in between. And then again, just give it a little pull up, and then that's it. And then you were all done with day 3. So come on back tomorrow. Again, to me, this is pretty much, I think, is the hardest part. Is all of this is because you have all the zippers and such. Again, go ahead and lay your, also, sorry, before we get done, lay your thing flat. And if there's any, a little uneven anywhere, just trim it off. Mine's mostly good, but I think I also, during my other video, I trimmed it earlier. And then you could even lay it against all your other ones. I like to try to make sure that everything is all, like this one's like a little big or whatever. But my back one is probably good. Yeah. I just try to make sure all my layers are even, and for the most part they will. And if they're just off just a little bit, just trim them up. That one's okay. A little corner. You know what they say? They don't have to be perfect. It just makes it easier when you go to sew later. That one's alright. That they just match up a little easier. Like this one, I'm pretty sure is a little big. Oh, it fits the back one, so that's good. Okay, so that's it. See you tomorrow.